My partner of 10 years left me. I'm 34 and she's 33. For 10 years. We were dating and planned to be each other's fiancé. We intended to get married at the 4-year mark, but she keeps pushing it back and back. Around the 7-year mark, I noticed we argued more. She didn't want to talk with me about much and we haven't had sex in years. I noticed she cheated on me around the same time more than once, but I avoided bringing it up in the hopes she would realize she was hurting me. If I brought it up, she could have dumped me right there. I offered to get her help for depressions or any condition she may have had, but she always refuses. A week ago, she told me she's leaving me and would be blocking me everywhere. I begged her to stay and I even offered to help with anything, even if it's quitting my job. But she didn't want to stay and has since blocked me everywhere. I honestly haven't been back to my house since I now spend the time I have not at my job at the bar, drinking and sleeping in the car. I shower at the gym. I need any potential support of how I can fix this, if it can even be fixed, or how to make myself more attractive for my former partner, or if there even is a life worth living. Edit. Not asking for money or places to live since I have those already. I just need a reason to even care about the life I have. She pushed getting engaged back for 6 years. That's a giant red flag saying that she doesn't want to be with you. I'm glad it's finally over. She was extremely toxic. You're in denial. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Your partner left you years ago. The cheating, not being intimate with you, refusing to marry you, etc. Those were all hints that she didn't want to be with you anymore. You didn't take the hints. She had to be obvious about it. And you still hope to fix it? Dude, there's nothing to fix. Your relationship has been over for years. Move on. If you need to, cry, scream, drink, go for a run, or do whatever and get over it. You will get over it. Better happen now than later. You're still young. You'll meet someone. It's never the end of the road. There's another day. This is the saddest thing I have ever read. How could you possibly want to spend one more second thinking about this person? Go get some therapy to address your crippling self-esteem issues. And get started building a life you deserve. Okay, so here's what I propose you do. 1. Wallow in your grief for a week. Less is okay. More isn't. Take this time to mourn what you thought you had. The life you'd envisioned. The loss of the person you saw that future with. Order takeout. 2. After that week, allocate 15-30 minutes each day to grieve. And you start to do things for you. Join a gym, a club, see your friends, go shopping, groceries count, volunteer somewhere, live your life. 3. After about a month or 3, decrease that time to once a week. Still 15-30 minutes. Meet new people through your refound hobbies and interests. 4. After 6 months, make it once every month. You're busy anyway. With the clubs, gym, volunteer work, whatever. With time and redirected focus, you'll heal. Your heart will heal. It sucks now. Oh, it sucks so bad. But you'll make it through. And one day, you'll think of something completely different during your grieving time. And the pain will have subsided. Trust me, you'll be okay in the end. Thank you everyone. I'm going to go get a therapist and try to reconnect with everyone I pushed away. Bro, respect yourself please. She cheated on you and discarded you like used condom when she didn't need you anymore. She is an unbelievable bitch. Be happy that you are not together anymore and try to move on with your life. https www.reddit.com/r/relationshipadvice/comments/xw14ft/my partner of 10 years just left me telling me/ UTM source equals share and UTM medium equals iOS app and UTM name equals iOS SMF bond. I know you're in a lot of pain. Understandably so. But she did you a favor. You should have left her years ago. She didn't respect you and it seems she didn't love you either. I don't mean to be harsh. But that's the reality. So, yes. She did you a favor by doing what you weren't capable of doing yourself. Don't think about fixing anything. There's nothing to fix here. You deserve better. Focus on yourself. Surround yourself with people who care about you. I know the pain, but you are worth it a lot more than what she gave you. It sounds like you were extremely emotionally dependent on her. You were ready to quit your job if that made her stay with you. She cheated on you multiple times. Were scared of having an adult conversation on how you were feeling, fearing she would end things there when it's quite obvious the relationship in her eyes was over a long time ago. You can't fix this, she made Thay very clear. If you want to make yourself more attractive, do it for yourself. Not to get her attention. I've been through a relationship similar to this. Granted, it didn't last 10 years. But I was way too attached to the guy and in the end I realized I had to put myself first instead of not living just so I can keep that one person in my life. Go to your house. If going alone scares you, then call someone to go with you, a friend or a family member. Clean the place up. Make a Tinder account just to talk to new people. Go out with your friends. Visit your family. Try to find new things to do. If she blocked you everywhere, then that will make it easier for you to not keep up with what she is doing. Which also helps with the move on thing. If you need to cry and or scream, do it. Put all those emotions out. I'm a bit confused about where did depression, a condition she might have, came from. Has she ever talked about having something or needing help? If that's not the case, then maybe you were looking for an excuse as to why she did the things she did. The fact that you noticed her cheating and never brought it up is such a turnoff. Her breaking up with you comes as no surprise. Sure, maybe she didn't care, but neither did you. Grow a spine. Stand up for yourself. It is not an attractive trait for a partner to act like they don't care that they get cheated on. Unless your type is a narcissist, then they would really love that. I'm sorry, but stop getting your hopes up with this one. She has lost all respect for you because you allowed her to disrespect you. Good news is you can still have a better life without her now that you know these things. Use that to fix your perspective. You can fix it by growing a spine. This person doesn't love you. You can't make them. It sucks. But you will be okay. Maybe even better. In the long run. Courage. Friend. Oh man. Homie. It's over. It's been over for years. The only thing to fix is yourself. There's a lot to unpack here, and honestly you would really benefit from exploring this with a therapist and reading some books about healthy relationships. But the fact that she cheated on you and you didn't bring it up because you hoped she would come back to you? That is categorically, unequivocally incorrect. And it's the tip of the iceberg of how you have relationships backward in your mind. And I want to tell you, that's okay. You're okay. And you're going to be okay. And I know this because I used to have, on a spectrum, a similar mindset. But if you want to be happy in life, and especially if you want to be in a good, healthy relationship, you first need to realize and acknowledge how backwards this is. I don't even think I can succinctly dissect this. But there are likely a number of underlying themes at play. I suspect you lack self-respect or self-love. I suspect you are an anxious attachment style. I suspect you do not have a strong sense of identity and sought identify or fulfillment from your partner or relationship. And I suspect that you did not communicate openly or honestly, the not addressing the cheating being a key example to many of these. That's a lot to unpack. A Reddit thread isn't going to get you there. Talk to a therapist. Explore these with a trained professional. I can't point you to specific books, but the Gottman method is a well-regarded couples counseling theory technique, and he has materials out there to read. I also really benefited from How to Have Ridiculously Good Sex in Long-Lasting Relationships by Stephen Snyder. In discussing different aspects of sex therapy, it also touches on relationship themes, like being your own person rather than being a blob that blends entirely with your partner. And baseline. Recognize that people want to be with other people. They want to be with another individual with their own likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses, the whole package. You can't hide or not address problems. Conflict is going to occur in relationships, and it's healthy, and as counterintuitive as it may seem to you now, it's attractive. In the right measures and methods, confidence is attractive, and you need to love and respect yourself. This carries through how you stand up for yourself and how you invite others to treat you, even if you don't realize it. And how can you expect someone else to love you if you don't love yourself? Finally, relationships are give and take. People want to do both. Someone doesn't want to always take from you. They also want to give. This blends into standing up for yourself, etc. This isn't super organized, but I think there's a lot in here for you to consider. All of this is based on my own learning and journey. You're almost certainly not a cut and paste of me, but I suspect there are a lot of parallels and urge you to take a step back. Stop chasing her for the moment. Reflect on yourself. Do you love yourself? Do you respect yourself? Then why did you let her treat you poorly? Why did you let her cheat on you and not address it? Do you really want to be in a relationship where someone is cheating on you? Do you really want to be in a relationship with no sex? Or more specifically, the sex is with other people, not you. You deserve to be loved. Take time to learn to love yourself, then to find someone who will love you too, and make sure they're loving you for you, meaning you are showing up as your true and authentic self. It's okay to be sad. Take your time healing, and eventually you'll replace her with new hobbies and one day realize you haven't thought of her all day. 10 years with someone is a long time. Grieve your loss and eventually pick yourself up and start living for yourself. Good luck. Fix yourself, bro. You have zero self-worth if you're being treated like this and still pining after her. You have codependency issues that would be best worked on with a licensed counselor. Your relationship was one-sided and lacking in respect, communication, and intimacy. Take a few deep breaths, grieve, and start planning a better future for yourself. You will be okay, and one day you will realize how unfulfilled you were with your ex-partner, and how selfish she was. You will be grateful she set you free because you weren't strong enough to leave her. Work on building your self-confidence, independence, and individual happiness. Everything happens for a reason, and you will get past this difficult time, and you will be a stronger and wiser person. She cheated on you, and you didn't want to bring it up cause she woulda dumped you right there, and you wanted her to realize herself. What logic is that? You need therapy. You should love yourself better than that. You wasted 10 years with a person like that. Don't ever do it again. Please get help. You deserve it. You don't deserve her. I am so sorry. My heart broke reading your post. I was in an 11-year relationship. He messed up all the time, and I always forgave him and never held anything against him. He flirted with other women and talked to them online. Even caught him getting nudes and stuff, but he apologized and I forgave him. He said he was so heartbroken that he hurt me and would never do it again. I believed him. He reassured me and said he'd always make me his #1 priority. Honestly, I loved him so much and just wanted to be with him no matter what. We dated early from 1931. He was so much a part of me and my life. I wanted to marry him 56 years in, but I kept waiting for him to propose, and when he was ready, he finally proposed one December. 2 months after my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer. He told me that he wanted to move to California for a job and wanted me to come with him, but my mom only had 4 months to live, so with difficulty I stayed behind to take care of her and be with her. I supported him and said I would move soon and support his career. My boss said I could work remotely for the time being too. He stayed at my family's house because we gave up the lease for a few months. My family loved him and my parents welcomed him. I helped him pack up and drove him to the airport. Saying goodbye while my mom was dying was so hard, but I wanted to be there to support him. During those 4 months after he left, my dog passed away too, which made things harder. He slowly stopped texting and calling me as much, saying that he was overwhelmed with the move and the new job. I still tried to be supportive as possible, even though my life was increasingly getting harder. In February he suddenly forgot my birthday, but I didn't say anything. I know a lot was going on. I called him from the hospital waiting room. The doctors weren't sure my mom would make it through the night. So I called him crying, and he was annoyed that I called him. Slowly my heart was just breaking all around. He confessed the day my mother passed away. He thought I couldn't leave him because I was grieving already. It turns out he cheated on me and starting dating this other woman behind my back. He apparently had another girlfriend for 6 years. They had an online relationship that he hid from me. He actually had a second burner phone. She lived in California. That's partly why he wanted to move there. She sold him on how great it was, and they hooked up when he traveled for work a few times. Once he got there, it turns out that she lied to him. She was married, lied about her age, older than claimed, and she had 4 kids. She had no intentions of leaving her husband. Seriously, he was looking for sympathy from me. I realized just how he was completely self-centered. Not just because of this, but other things. For example, if his mom was ever terminal, I know I would have dropped everything to be there for her. And for him. I knew that I had to break up with him because I couldn't stand the pain. And I couldn't trust him again. It was awful, but ultimately the absolute best decision. I was so heartbroken. I said, "I'm sorry, we have to break up." He said, "So is this just goodbye?" I said, "Yes, isn't it?" And hung up. Last words we spoke to each other. He had some suicide hotline try to call my cell phone to check on me. He couldn't even bother to call me or come to check on me. He just got worried and called some company. After a lot of therapy and healing, I started dating again. It did not go well at all. To the point where a guy literally tried to shove me in his car and kidnap me. I thought I'd always be alone and dashed any dreams of having a family. I prayed about it and left it in God's hands. Decided not to go on any dating apps or really try anymore. I work a lot and alone in an office of women and don't really have any chances to meet any guys or anything. One day a guy the first used to work with sent me a message on LinkedIn. He asked why my last name wasn't changed yet. I don't think he was prepared for the long emotional answer I gave him. Lol, we worked together 10 years prior, and he said he's been single since and could never forget about me. He always compared me to other women and they couldn't measure up, so he stayed single and celibate and gave up on ever dating. He said that I was his dream girl and he couldn't stop thinking about me for years. We talked more and more, and his friends and family all verified what he said. One day he gave me the key to his apartment and all of his passwords to social media and to unlock his phone. We weren't dating, so it was weird. He said that he wanted me to be able to trust him and see that he doesn't have anything to hide and no intentions to ever lie and hurt me, and that I have been through enough in life to not get let down again. We've been together for 3 years now and married. Happier than I have ever been. He is so amazing. He helped me regain trust and confidence. He is such a blessing in my life, and I hope we have a long future together. I hope the best for you, Op. Life isn't over until it's over. Please hang in there. Please do stuff that brings you joy, even if it's something stupid. I collected Pokemon cards because it reminded me of simpler days. Whatever you have to do to help ease your mind and bring you some comfort and small joys in life. Please take care of yourself. You are precious, and just because one demented woman didn't see that, it doesn't mean it's not true. P.S. If you're curious, I am happy to tell you the latest gossip of my ex. He's not in a good place now, and although I wish him the best, the karma is real. You know it's okay to have a pity party for yourself. When you get hurt, right? Get it all out. Cry. Yell. Feel super sorry for yourself. Be unreasonably, woe is me, inconsolable. It's all cool and pretty normal. But there is only so long you can do that before you need to stop the pity party and join the real world again. I wish you a short pity party and a happy and healthy new life going forward. This relationship is over, and has been for a long time. From the way you're writing, it sounds like she may have even tried to end the relationship before, and you managed to talk her out of it, or beg her until she reluctantly agreed to stay, which is not an excuse for her behavior. None of that makes what she did acceptable, but my guy, you need to have more self-respect than what you are describing. Realize it's over. Mourn it. Let it go.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.